So, hi everyone. My name's Claire. This channel is about empowering you on your twin flame journey, your inner divine feminine, your inner divine masculine. And and everything I do is channeling, clearing, healing energy, meaning that the way I approach every video is going to have something to do with who this is going to make sense to. It can make sense to lots of different people of any gender. Usually it's going to be a twin flame, but I mean, it can make, like I said, there's always wisdom and stuff coming through from the cards and from whatever I'm channeling through. So, and yeah, mostly there's always, it's always healing. So, although I use a lot of cards, there's always healing energy and activations being emitted, clearing energy. I focus on clearing any kind of fuckery with your energy. So anywhere where anyone's, any manipulation or anything you're not able to see through at this time, I focus on clearing that. And because my eyes have just been drawn to these astro dice with what I was saying on the live, I was actually like, where are they? Because oh, and by the way, can I just say, so if you're new, first of all, welcome. I'll let you decide whether you want to subscribe after or not. Oh my god, I can't even talk. I'm going to keep going though. Listen, we're out of Mercury retrograde, but we're still in the after shadow or the post shadow. But the energy is so intense today. And so because of me being a collective channel, right? Like the way that I pick up on the energy is so intense, and in a dark moon anyway, which we're in. That is divine feminine energy, and like I said, just with where my Pluto is in the 12th house, I just really feel collective energy. And it's particularly because it's at 0 degrees, because I know there'll be a lot of other Pluto and Scorpio people. Not a lot, but I know there's enough because I've connected with it, and it's always really intense and fascinating when I connect with other Plutos and Scorpio full stop. But definitely if you've got it in the 12th house like I have, but at that 0 degree mark, and because mine is retrograde too, I'm not a stranger to intense placements. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of these intense placements going on. Basically, a lot of the intense placements that are going on for people in the world right now are ones that I was born with. So you know what I mean? Like loads of them. Like take your pick. I was born with loads of intense placements. So anyway, people hear me talk about these placements all the time. If you want support, through me looking at your chart, then there is my biggie session, which we can break it down over a few days, or if you're up for sitting for hours, then we can do that. That's the psychic astrology empowerment session. I don't know why I'm promoting that as such. It just came in at me because I'm holding these dice, but maybe somebody needs that because it is a life changing session, and anybody that's ever had that has always been fascinated, because even if you've had your chart read by another astrologer, it's not going to be like the way that I read it, because I weave in like all the different unique parts of my healing modalities. I really do it my own way. But anyway, so everybody does things in their own way, you know what I mean? But it's with 6 retrogrades, I'm very unique and different in that way. So I suppose that they're getting me to say it like that because it's to the point where people might be like, oh, she's not doing it the right way, but what's the right way? That's where I come from. Is it kind of like there's not too many things in life where it's like it's this way or it's that way. There's some things again in life, but I just looked at free ascended masters. But when it comes to stuff like this, as long as you've got good intentions, you're coming from a place of unconditional love, and nothing that you do is to harm anyone, then as long as I feel, on this awakening ascension process, if it's all about helping people, will basically spiritually wake up and look at their own shadows. So you see how that works. I'm vibing with this because I was talking with someone the other day that also has their moon conjunct Uranus like me, and it's if you're born with that innately, regardless of what sign it's in, although it will put a different flavour on it, you shake shit up in people's lives, right? It's like there'll be some kind of electric bolt of lightning that, even if it's just something that you say that fucking, because think about it, you could say something to somebody that just wakes them up out of the slumber that they're in, like of unhappiness. Like you could just be, well, actually, yeah. And it's not like you might not be telling somebody what, well, hopefully not, because again, like I always stress, like, look, I'm a counsellor and a shaman and a life coach and a healer and all these different things. I'm a therapist, and I've also worked with children. So again, I primarily work with people's inner child. I don't know why I'm going through my whole CV here, but you know what I mean, a spiritual CV. But it's kind of like, maybe it's just because new people are joining it so that you know these things. But the bottom line is, nobody can tell anybody what to do with their life. And, you know, I know that more than anyone by working, not with anyone, but especially when it comes to twin flames. We're working with twin flames for 10 years now. And for 3 years, you know, publicly kind of being more open about what I've been doing all this time. And, you know, it's people are going to do what they're going to do. And it's really quite interesting because Uranus is about unpredictability. Like you can't predict what Uranus is going to do. And they're making me talk about that right now because obviously I spoke about it in the live too. But Uranus is going retrograde. I thought it was today, but it might be tomorrow. But anyway, basically, it's I can feel it. So and then so we've got. I'll just slow down a minute. We've got, and I feel I'm holding these dice the whole time because it's like when I throw them, it'll be cool if one of these things comes up. But yeah, we've got Uranus and Taurus, which has been there a while, and that goes retrograde, like I said, round about now, definitely by tomorrow. And so it's really important to look at where the Taurus is in your chart. Now, I know where that is in my chart, and it's interesting. Yeah, it's just interesting. You know, when you know where it is in your chart, it's scary how it syncs up with life's happening, because astrology is like never wrong. It's so spot on. But like I said, remember with Uranus, you just don't know. The one thing that you can predict, ironically, is that it could go any way. So definitely relationships. When it comes to Uranus aspects like that, so if you have got like Uranus and Taurus aspect, then I would say like your seventh house definitely, because that is long-term partnerships, marriages, karmic connections. So karmic connections, remember, that can be like your friends, family, business things. That can often be like, you know, open enemies as well. Like, so it's kind of like that's why I think that's a fascinating one. It kind, oh my god, I don't like this. This happened when I was doing somebody's reading not long ago. What it reminds me of is, because I just mentioned it's the house of marriage and it's open enemies. It reminded me of oh god, what's the film called again? I channel about it quite a lot. The one with Colin Farrell. You know, was the recent one. Oh god, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can actually, it's like I can visually see it when it comes on the movie channel, and I can't believe anyway. But that one, it'll come back to me. Oh my god, it really is on the tip of my tongue. I feel because that film is not coming to me right now. I'm wanting to say Total, yes, Total Recall. Yeah, Total Recall. That is what it is. So yeah, see, because it took me a minute there, right? I feel that is something. Something is on the brink of a twin flames awareness. And again, if you're new around here, the way it always goes is it feels like I'm picking up on a divine masculine to the awakening. Okay, just for a change. If you don't like sarcasm, you're not going to like me. But basically, and that's all right. Go and follow somebody else if you don't like us around here. But we're a soul family. We just go with the flow. But I know what I meant to say is, like, I'm doing divine detox and decluttering. This is the second week that we're on. I think this is either the third or the fourth day. I'm focusing in on mental health and the mind. But really, how it works is it's like I'm just doing a reading I'm not just doing a reading, but I'm doing a reading and an energy clearing around this every day. So it's a luck of the draw. You can watch them all if you want, or you can just use your intuition. You know, I was about to say going by the title, but I wouldn't go by the title, right? I don't spend ages thinking about the title, you know what I mean? I don't claim to. So sometimes they're going to be great, sometimes they're going to be pretty shit, to be honest. But and I honestly do think that's what I mean by the way that I work with. It's very unorthodox and very strange, because I know that, you know, it's you should work on you should work on thumbnails and titles and everything. But I feel my guides and the higher power, like God, have guided me to not do that. You know, like I do now and again, because it has kept, you know, it has kept me more cloaked and hidden. You know, like I'm not as in the mainstream Twinflame collective as such, you know what I mean? Like the channel isn't as big as some other ones, and I feel in a way that keeps us more protected, because yeah, the more eyes that are on you, the more evil eyes that can be on you as well and stuff. But again, I am equally as open to when there's an unpredictable change in volume around here. But right now, as I'm filming this, you know, everybody that tunes in most of the time and now and again, you know, well, like I said, like, you know, the likes are always under 10. So, you know what I mean? And God, if it's getting anywhere near 10 likes, I'm like, fuck hell, what did people like today that hasn't even done another day? And the views are just so up and down. You know what I mean? For a while there was so, but like I said, I don't believe them. And isn't that, I loved how I said, and again, I'm not just saying that, by the way, because of my channel. I'm saying it because our channel. I'm saying it because of other people that I watch too, and it's always people that really sort of speak out about things in the world that are you know, a bit not okay, and or like true people that I can truly feel are real genuine twin flames. You know, it's you know it's not everyone, because it's some people can, anyway. It's a lot to do with astrology and that as well. You know, usually when somebody's got um yeah, it's just basically blah blah. I don't know why I'm saying all this, but like I always say, it'll make sense to whoever it's meant to. But that's, I think, yeah, that's basically what I'm saying, is there's quite an unpredictable nature right now. So, and there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. I feel, again, right now it might sound like I'm rambling, because to me I'm observing and it's like, wow, it feels like this is coming out really rambly more than ever. But this is fascinating to me because I'm very used to this, and I know that I am right now channeling a divine masculine who feels like this. So I feel this could be a divine masculine who is like finding themselves channeling or feeling all this kind of energy, and very sad about a spiritual partnership. Now, the other thing is, if you, oh my God, that's right. I'm loving how the guys are working today. This is what I mean. There's so many things flying at me right now. Even I am finding it hard to keep up with. And again, if you're around here all the time, you'll know it must be bad, because I've got all the clears and they fire on all cylinders. So it's like, this is full on. So this is how this person feels. So this is how you'll know that this is for you, or this could be for your twin. Very overwhelming. I don't usually have cards sitting out waiting to show you. I always just shuffle, because I just talk and then the cards back me up, because it's just God and the guides speaking through me. But on this occasion, I went to pick up another deck and I picked up that. Now I was like, you know, I wasn't going to use that deck, but it was like, I feel the guilt, overwhelming guilt flood me. Like, no, show it, right? So I'm showing that. Somebody's feeling sad. And then I kept seeing this numerology deck in my mind, because I thought, well, I always connect that with like Mercury kind of energy, or like the mind. And I wonder where it is. And then I saw it, and then there was another card that was far away from it, and turned it over, and it was spiritual partnership. So that's how these have come about. So there could be something significant about the 27th of September there, or the 27th of a month, but just ignore that if that's not relevant. 7 and 2 is 9. Of course, we're in the 9th month today, so happy September. Oh, I actually haven't published the shorts. So that'll be interesting. If I look at, well, I am going to look at the shorts after this, and I can't remember at all what I've said, to be honest. So funny how it syncs up. That must have happened for a reason, because often I've published it the day before, you know, we're on the day. So, right, so we'll just see, we'll put these back and we'll see what comes up again. I might just put it there to remind me, though, that there's somebody's feeling sad about a spiritual partnership, which is going to be AKA Twin Flames. And then the fact that that says don't go hungry. Hungry to me is always a symbolic of actual energy. So somebody could be feeling deprived of real connection, is what I'm getting from it. So like you said, whether that is somebody that is single or people that are in a loveless connection, because that card is actually, oh my God, that card is still sitting here. Wait a minute. I'm trying not to spill. I'm trying not to knock these over, but look, I just saw that in my third eye, and that wasn't easy to get, because that was actually under like 2 piles of cards that are on top. But yeah, that card's about longing for love, but you're in a relationship, but you're feeling lonely. So longing for real connection. And of course, I don't know why they're making me go into details like this, but you know, the problem is when that is going on, when people are in love with somebody, you know, that can come up with all kinds of problems in the bedroom, like, you know. So I'm not going to go any further than that, but they did just sort of say that to me there. So, love for people to know and us to wonder who that's going to connect with, but because it's not funny, is it? Like, you know what I mean? That would be when the level of interruption to one's life would be at an extreme. I'd say that's when people start coming out, right? Like, this is, you know, it's not it's basically it reminds you of all these. This is so funny. I'm just going with where it's going. I'm not laughing at this. I'm laughing at the fact that it's like this is so random. Yeah, because they're pulling me at the Toblerone thing that says I love you. So it's like, because I'm being shown films like Love and Other Drugs, where like he basically can't perform because he's fallen in love with her, right? Whereas they hook up casually and they're trying to keep it casual. But then I love that film. It's beautiful. And then they fall in love with each other, and they're both very defensive to one another. But it's a brilliant film. And again, love and other drugs. So there could be things here about addictions coming in, and now it doesn't need to be that, but I just sort of sprang to mind. And also just the fact that I was just talking about experiential partnership, but also this could be codependency because love can feel like a drug. It can be codependency. You could be codependent with your actual twin flame, and then you'll need to be apart to heal. Again, that's where I always give the example of the after films. If you're looking for a great example of an intense Plutonian love, that that can become toxic if you don't balance. And that's funny that I said balance. I looked at 1551. Do you know what? I feel they need to apologise if you're new to me and you can't keep up with how fast I'm talking, either because I'm Scottish or because of how fast the channel is coming through. I'm sorry, I can't actually slow down. It's coming through quick. I feel it is because, and again, I'm not really somebody to apologise for who I am, and I'd encourage you not to apologise for who you are. But it's kind of, unless you do need to, unless you have actually acted out of turn, upset from a dark place or some shit like that. I mean, it is great to apologise when you're wrong, but you know what I'm saying, just be who you are. But I think the Pluto energy is coming in because we've got Pluto retrograding back into Capricorn too. So I'm like, it was weird when I got up there. Like I had so many. It's not weird, but I've got so many flashes of ideas and inspiration for different pick-up piles because I've not done a pick-up pile in ages. And I love doing them. Like I don't know. It's quite funny because I do like watching them now and again, other people's, but I think I kind of lose patience a little bit. But it's a shame because there's some really amazing ones out there, but um, I'll always just be showing what I need to. I'll just trust if I'm meant to watch that, I will. But yeah, I love actually doing them. So I am going to do some ones especially for these transits, either just in one video or so just get used to get prepared to see quite a few. I might do quite a few, and then I'll probably put some of them on the membership too. Like if I'm doing quite a few extras, I feel it's would make sense, and it'd be fair to put some of those exclusive ones for the members. And there might be some just get released to them before. Oh yeah, actually that's quite funny. I'm saying that. So I put a pick a pile out on here yesterday, and then I'm trialing it to see what happens with the comments. So that one I done the tester for the membership will be published tonight on the channel at 8. So anyway, blah blah blah, housework. So let's just see. So that's a lot of stuff I brought through. But again, how I'm saying I'm getting those ideas. Again, whoever's going to connect with this, masculine, feminine, but it does feel the masculine twin, male or female, you're getting loads of insights, flash insights, and I feel it's going to be lots of, spontaneous awakening, or it depends, right? Because spontaneous awakening to me could mean somebody was in complete denial and like, no, I feel there's something with this person, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't want to go anywhere near it. I'm going to stay in this relationship even though, right, I don't have the same chemistry, blah, blah, or whatever, right? I'm hearing somebody's internal sort of dialogue. Or it could be that somebody is well aware of what this connection is, right? But they didn't feel ready for it. And then something just clicks into place and it's like, what am I doing? Like I'm self-sabotaging, but like what if I lose this person to somebody else? Because again, that's cards not about that, but it does just remind me of all the other cards where there's a guy watching a happy couple. This could be masculine's like, what if I leave it so long that my person moves on? Now, again, if it's true twin flames, that's highly unlikely. But, you never know with the different people that sort of connect these messages. So, right, I suppose it really just depends how long things will be going on. Like I always say, like I tend to channel messages that are more in line with where I'm at. That it's like, look, I'm not going to force myself to like move on with other people when that is like it's just not what I want to do. And if it's not what I want to do this whole fucking time, I'm hardly going to do it right now. But it's kind of like, but it's just to do with if you're a true twin flame, there won't be a desire in you to do that as a feminine. But anyway, it really just depends because I think it's got a lot to do with how well you've worked on your self-discipline and when temptation's thrown your way and stuff. I suppose it depends on, because this is interesting. They were talking that to me. As you get older, especially, but not necessarily, because loads of people can live. It depends where you live and how community based, and how much people are mingling, and it's to do with trust. It's to do with all these kinds of things. It's not really to do with age, but it's to do with maturity, and it's to do with like when you decide to be in a serious committed relationship, it does matter the kind of situations you put yourself into. Do you know what I mean? Um, and so whether this has got something to do with addictions like alcohol, drugs, or sex, or whatever it is going to make sense about, it's about I don't know. This is just what I'm. It must be like somebody's thinking about all of this stuff. That it's like it's not the same as the things that I pick up where somebody feels trapped in something, and like because some people's like karmic partners are that abusive that it's like you can't do this, you can't do that, or they'll be waiting on them outside. You know, I don't know, waiting on them outside a club or pubs or blah blah blah, and that's toxic and that's abusive, and but yeah, whether it's females doing that to males or males doing that to females or same sex, that we all know that does all happen to people, and if that is happening to you, that is toxic. Okay, so I don't know if people actually need to hear that. It seems obvious, but like it's not okay. Um, so this could be happening to someone presently, or it could have been someone's past experience, which would explain why if someone doesn't want to be tied down. But this isn't the same. The message that's coming through right now is it's about when you've got love and respect for somebody, and you know that if you're going to be vulnerable in certain situations and intoxicated or whatever, it's kind of like then you've got to know yourself well. You know what I mean? It's kind of like although I don't drink anymore, and like I said, when I say I don't drink, I'm not keeping a secret about the fact that I did, you know, drink, but literally only a couple of times this year. Like I drank at I had a drink on my birthday, and I mean like a wee drink of prosecco, and then at night with my pal, and then I drank when I went out, and just last month there, and I got bluer. So do you mean it's clearly I'm not meant to drink anymore, but before that, I've had periods of time where I don't drink for like 2 years and stuff like that when I was in my dark night of soul, because it just was going to make me feel worse. Um, but before that, I did recognise that it's like, oh, like just like it had happened too many times where I was very vulnerable with alcohol. Now, like most of the time, I'd be with somebody that, thank God, would stop me from making an arse of myself. I suppose it will actually, no, all the time. I've made plenty of times where that didn't happen because whoever I was with would be making an arse of themselves. But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it goes that way. But unfortunately, there have been times where you can't, because it's not anyone else's personal responsibility. That's basically, I think, what the point is here. This is a very Saturn energy that's coming through. This is the Pluto and Capricorn energy that's coming out, because that'd be funny if it comes out in the dice. I'm still holding them, because that's very Saturn what I'm saying. And remember, I've got Saturn and Scorpio in the first house, so that is why one of the astrological reasons of why I would quite literally rather be single than be with somebody that was disrespecting me, because Saturn is all about respect. Um, so it's like I need to be sure that if I'm going to be with someone, they're not going to be out there taking that or piss out of me. Do you know what I mean? Because the thing is, like, that's quite funny, because it can feel like that with your twin flame, but that's so complex, because a lot of twin flames, you're not together, and maybe you never have been. Like I say all the time, like mine have never been boyfriend girlfriend, but at certain points in our lives when we were younger, people would totally like just they would connect us as being a something, you know what I mean? Because we were just known that we were hooking up all the time. We've been hooking up for years, so it's kind of like, but that, like I said, that's how it was back then. It was just kind of there were a few people, just other people were kind of like that. You were, and it's so funny because now that I'm older and I'm 40, like I can see that why that suited me, because I had so many unresolved feelings around men, but um like, yeah, when you've got your ideal, like, looks wise, because again, we didn't get to know each other's personally, like right away is what I mean. I was like, wow, when the hot guy's coming towards you full on, it's like, hello, yes please. But it's kind of like,
it suited me because I do like a lot of time alone, and that is Saturn in the first house. So again, they're making me talk about the placements quite a lot. But anyway, I'm not gonna blah blah. I've went all on about all this other stuff, but this will make sense to people. But the point is, it's like it just it's good to know your chart, because then you know what you need and what you want in a partnership. You know what you like. Different people are, you know what I mean. There's some people that are quite happy to just kind of be in a relationship, even loveless ones, and they're okay with that because like she's going off with him or he's going off with her down the road. Do you know what I mean? It's like oh, and it's like, you know what I mean. It's just, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, but whatever. So let's just right. So we've got the sun in the sixth house in Libra. So that's none of the things that I've been talking about, but somebody could have their sun in the sixth house in Libra, or could be the sun in the ninth house in Libra. I'm actually starting to like these now. Now we've got, why I always get Pluto and Uranus mixed up. Wait a minute, I should have a wee list so that I can, wait a minute. I think that, or is it actually like one of the off the like black moon lilith? Anyway, first house in Aquarius. Wait a minute, I'm going to pause this. That's hilarious. Do you know what it is? In my defence, they don't. My mind works. I can't. It's hard to describe how. Like when it comes to astrology, it's like, because I just do it in my own way, which I can't even really even describe. I just, yeah. Well, I can. It's channeling. You know. I just, it's clear. It's all my clairs and it's claircognizance, and it's like I do just feel I'm tapping into that ancient galactic soul self. So it could sometimes cause issues because I could tell you what all the things are when they're next. Well, actually, I suppose yeah, because I'm the words there. But actually, these don't really look, because that is actually Uranus, right? And what's quite amazing is that happened the other day. Uranus rules Aquarius, right? And so Uranus and Aquarius in the first house is what that would be, as if that's a specific placement of someone. But it doesn't. I don't know. I suppose it's just some. It just depends the way it lands on that. But I was looking, and I'm like, what one is it? Is it Black Moon Lilith or something? So it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't. Again, let's say I don't know if I could be arsed actually training my brain to, because I know if it's any of the actual like Aries through to Pisces, I know them. Although wait a minute, the other day I didn't see what I mean. Like I know, like you could show me the symbol for any sign, and I would know what it is. But I didn't know it on the dice because I think it was Capricorn. Didn't really look. Yeah, like look, that one. That's Capricorn, and I mean, I can see it now, but I couldn't see it the other day. Yeah, any of them it lands on the planets, I might have to. Most of them I would know. Anyway, so there's something there about, there's something in that about you feel like you know something, but you need to check for more information. There's I could always, there's always meaning to it. So anyway, this is a very random one today, but that's the way it goes. So anyway, I don't want to. Kind of don't want. I didn't want to make it so, because I don't. I want to have energy to do the picker piles, but this has got get more information in it. So what with all that stuff, because that was a lot of stuff. But you see how that's fascinating me, because you see how it does fit with these cards. It does feel like somebody's sad about missing an opportunity with a personal, what was I going to say there? You know, sad about missing an opportunity with a spiritual partnership. Yeah, and it must be, you know, like a really personal sort of sadness. So maybe this person has actually never, maybe this is one of you out there that hasn't shared, like one of the women or the men out there that hasn't shared with anyone this sadness that you feel about missing a twin flame. But it also could be like the card yesterday was denial. This could be people that have been in denial for like decades, and then they wake up and they're like, fucking hell. But anyway, let's just see what we've got. Listen, yeah, look, listen to your intuition. So somebody's like, it's like repressed emotions are coming up to the surface about, wow, there's something better. Like, I know I didn't pull this, but that gets across. I feel that gets across what this is going to be about. So let's just wait a minute. It's not in the. Oh God, it's got. Patience. There. You can see sad. Yeah, there's definitely something coming through here that someone's sad about missing an opportunity with a twin flame, but they might not have realised that that's what it was. That, yeah. Look, but now someone's listening to their intuition. Oh, that's... Whoa, what the fuck's that about? Look at this, look at this, look at this. Not the right time, but it's in reverse. So somebody's, like, someone's like, I have to do something about this. Perfect timing. And then going in and out, but what if it's not the right time for them, blah, 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 all that. Communicate clearly. Someone doesn't know what to say. No, but it's in reverse. Like, it's like, look, reconsider. Oh, wow, look, this is the, I'm picking up on something. It's like, is it now, is it now, is it now? Look, reconsider. Like, someone's going in and out making a decision, but worried they're going to miss their opportunity. You're ready. It's up to you. Yeah, it's like, look, you could leave it a year from now, or you could take action. But then it's like, you know, the longer, you know, the people that leave it a year and stuff, and unless you've just went into a dark night soul or something, you could be then needing to recover when somebody sort of moves on to somebody else. But look, they're like, but that's unlikely for most of the people that are going to resonate with this. So, like, don't stop. If you're going in and out and making a decision, it's like, yeah, that's the best way I can describe it. Someone's going in and out of, like, what they should do. So let's just see what else. So, what else do we need to know? I've got these astrology cards. Sun, so I'll just read it because it's got all this writing on. Sun and Gemini in the third house. Now, what's interesting, again, so we've had Uranus in Aquarius. Uranus rules Aquarius. Now we've got Sun and Gemini. Gemini in the third house. And Gemini is the third house. Oh, no, wait a minute. That's always going to happen on these cards because it's about Sun and Gemini or the third house, right? So basically, because this isn't a personal reading, if this is a personal reading, I would home it in on you. So, but because this is collective, but it depends how it goes, it can be personal too. This could have some extra significance if you have got heavy third house or if you're a Gemini. But like I've said before, this is why I haven't done stuff like this, because I don't want people to then think, oh, this isn't for me. But generally, this is about, you could have a transit going on with the third house. Like, for instance, that makes sense to me because Pluto is in my third house. So, Pluto's in my third house in Aquarius, Pluto's in my third house in Capricorn. So it doesn't really, it does make a difference because the energy is different within Capricorn, but it doesn't with the house. So, you know, you could be similar yourself. So I'm going to read this. So communicate and see how that's not a coincidence that I'm the one that's channeling this message and that is actually in my chart. So, and because, to be honest, because I do feel like, whether a lot of you know that or not, I feel a lot of you, men and women, could more than likely be Scorpio risings, you know, like obviously not everyone, but quite a lot, probably the quiet people actually. And I got that because of the other day when Tasha had commented saying that you're Scorpio rising. So yeah, you can look and see, or like I said, I can look on people's charts and sessions and stuff. Communication is key now. If you've been avoiding a tricky discussion, right, so that's what it's going to be about here, especially with someone you come into daily contact with, broach the subject now, but communication is a two-way street. Listen as well as talk. While your social life may be very busy, you may find that you're bursting with ideas. Oh, wow, and I'd said about all the ideas coming in. Noting your thoughts in a diary could help you separate reality from fantasy. Yeah, that makes sense to me. It's like someone's like, I don't know if I can leave this reality behind, even though I'm sad, and go for a spiritual partnership, a twin flame. Because what if it's a fantasy? Like, this could be people that you haven't seen someday, and like, you know, you could be people, you could have went to school with somebody or something, you know, because obviously I know that is, but it's like, you know, what if this is like, what if this is not a two-way street? Because not everyone's in a position to know that, which, by the way, I think is lucky when people are. So we've got something about the moon in Aquarius there as well. So yeah, that's going to be something about friendships. Oh, I think that's coming. Friendships, groups, you know, detachment. So yeah, I think that is somebody's feeling very detached in a connection, or like I said, you're feeling lonely because you're on your own anyway. But it's like that's come out because I've noticed, like yesterday and the day before, I noticed loads of thumbnails and titles about like specifically people had put karmic friends or karmic family, and two of the ones I've filmed that I haven't published yet had two of these topics in it. and also on the live it was coming out loads about karmic effects. So basically there's a lot going on. There's huge changes for changes in friendship. So again, I would specifically say if Uranus and Taurus is aspect. Oh yeah, I know why they're getting me to say that, because that would be if you are, yeah, Scorpio rising, then you could be having huge changes. Now, what's interesting is, like previous years, that would have been me, but this year, I've like, you know, I've went through so many of those changes that it's, but again, I never say never. It does, like, you just don't know, but it's yeah, there'll be changes, but it might not be as big as what I've experienced in previous years. But like previous years around this, that yeah, it has been massive. Like God, I'm actually just realizing something from my past. Yeah, when there were things that just was like, right, absolute signs. It's like, right, no, I can't. That completely goes against what I believe. Never mind a friend, a best friend should be, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, and it was several different, it was just, yeah, basically, I'm not going into the details, but it was several different people. And it's one of these things where, you know what I mean? But it's like, you know that that's totally not okay by your values and morals, and you wouldn't have done the same, or you would have looked out for people. And then it's like, but it's one of these things where people be like, oh, it's total overreacting, you know what I mean? It's gaslighting. So it could be something like that too. And again, that was years ago for me, but they did just flash it up. I feel some of you might be having changes in friendship, so you'll know if that's you. Right, let's now. Again, I feel that's enough. Like that's enough for it to be making sense for whoever. So I'll just start. What else? Pulling some advice, really. Fight for justice. So again, I think someone's fighting for karmic justice. And also, that's quite funny because I've got a snail as one of my energies at my heart, because I go slowly with those 6 retrogrades. Let's get personal. Yeah, somebody's like, look, somebody's wanting to get up close and personal and talk about these feelings. Look, spirit matters. Somebody's getting in touch with their spiritual side and like reading up on, I think this is someone that's reading up on twin flames. Pick your battles, but they're careful about how they move away from things that they're in. Oh my god, how I kind of feel like I need that for the thumbnail. This is somebody who's been spiritually asleep. Look, and there is a woman on that card, but this could be talking to the men too. Something could specifically happen around just after 8 o'clock in the morning or at night too, texts or calls or something. Don't take that if it doesn't resonate. I just got pulled into it. But yeah, someone's been spiritually asleep to a twin flame connection, which obviously is a lot. Look, take the Serenity Tour. Somebody took the. That's what I've always said for bloody hell for like the past 9 years. I took the scenic route, so you don't have to. Which is the thing, but that's what this channel's about. Like I've been on the twin flame journey a very long time, and there's people out there who've been on longer than me. Like, so yeah, it's to help people through this. Stay in the present moment though. Things are happening. Big things are happening. Put it in perspective. Yeah, make a sacred space. Oh, that sounded like I was going to say. That's quite funny. It sounded like I was going to say sex or something. Get naked. Yeah. So like, look, somebody's wanting to get, well, somebody's wanting to get naked in our twin flame, but it's like, I'm sure that is a thing too. But it's like someone's wanting to get, like, you know, I'm hearing the James Arthur song naked. Like I don't know why I keep just mentioning the song and not singing it lately. So that's probably symbolic too. But I don't feel like singing it. So maybe with me not feeling like singing it, maybe like you're just things that you used to find. Oh, but I think they're trying to tell me about people in a dark night of soul, because it's like, you know what I mean. That's not how I feel when I'm not doing this. But it's like I do just sing all the time. You know, maybe things that you used to like doing, you're just not feeling like doing it anymore. Like that feels like a dark night of soul. How do I show love to myself, to others? So it's like, this is what I've tuned into. It's things that you found made you happy before. So this could be like casual encounters or just settling in relationships for security and other reasons and stuff like that. This is not fulfilling all the people that this is going to make sense to anymore. It maybe did at one point, but this person's now awakened to wanting more. And now they're like, how can I show more love to myself? What is my biggest dream? What am I doing? What am I doing about it? Like, what am I doing for it today? You know, and this person might be like, I'm doing nothing. I'm doing nothing towards this. Like, what have I been What have been the most important moments of learning in my life? What have I learned from them? That reminds me of that song again. What have you done today to make you feel proud? I want to say strong there though. Anyway, so I've got the questions cards because we're on the week about the mind. Right, now I've got the abundance card. Again, I don't need to have a reason for the different decks, but that was the reasoning behind it. I've got the abundance cards, and they're not all there, but the one that needs to come out will come out. We might even get one that's not even about money, by the way. That's just the amazing way that this all works. It can make sense about something entirely different. What does that say? Because he's guiding my eyes down it. Oh yeah, this is what I was going to use for the picker pile. Ask a fucking expert. That's hilarious. So somebody might be going, somebody might be seeking out somebody like me. I mean, that could be why you found this video. You could be brand new, or you could be somebody that tunes in all the time. You could even be somebody that's tuned in a long time, but you didn't understand what this was all about, and now you're waking up and you get it. Like that. Oh my god, that's so specific. But somebody could have been tuning in, thinking you're a silent, lurking observer, like just that you just like my top banner. Again, sorry. I'm not sorry, but with the conjunctions that are going on in my chart right now, it's on my midheaven, so it's going to make me a bit extra like that. It's quite funny. It's my sense of humour. I am very humble, really. My son is in the very humble 6th house. Although I do have to post my reviews every day, because being so humble and a Scorpio rising with Pluto, I'm very, very hidden, right? And that is God hides me for a reason, veils me from people, from harm, really. But I still do get that negative energy at me as well. But it's basically, the point is I have to post my reviews and stuff, because if I don't, nobody else is gonna. Whereas it's so funny if people have like a Leo rising or something, or other kind of placements, it's, I don't know, things would just be a little bit easier. Things are quite, I'm not going to, but anyway, so things are quite challenging for me, but it's so that I don't give up. Like, I don't give up, even though there's a lot going against me. Don't rely on your friends or the internet. Listen to a damn professional. Yeah, so look, I think this is maybe somebody that's being guided to do deeper work with me, because you're watching this, or with a counsellor that you resonate. But I'm saying with me specifically, and I don't all the time say that, to be fair, but I'm saying it when they say it to me, because this is about twin flames. You could be sitting talking to a counsellor and they could be thinking you're batshit crazy. I was extremely lucky with mine, because not only had she worked with a medium previously, which is, it is an unusual life to be a medium. It is very up and down, and you're talking to dead people, as I'm looking at a box that says mediumship there in one of my mediumship cards. But it's because I'm a healer and I have all these different, you know what I mean? It was just really, it was powerful, because she listened to all aspects of my life. A huge part of it was this for me, you know what I mean, and working through my feelings of that. And most of it was working around my feelings around, like, wanting to, just wanting to communicate, but feeling like I couldn't, like I was trapped. So somebody could actually be feeling like that. So yeah, I feel this is somebody's being guided to a twin flame counsellor. Hello. You're giving too many fucks. Give 0. I feel this is like, people that look, shame, regret, guilt, those are just bullshit. Forgive, let that shit go. Yeah, I feel you're giving too many fucks about people that have hurt you, that wouldn't give 2 hoots about, you know what I mean? And it's, again, like I said, some of the things I don't like when they do that, but it's, again, this was years ago for me, but things that I'm being shown, because again, I'm not kidding when I say that. This isn't like one person in particular or a couple of people. This is like loads of people, and it's in different areas of life. But I'm being shown a scenario where, yeah, basically one of the ones I just touched on there, it very much has seemed like there was no consideration whatsoever for my feelings, and just basically there was no care for my mental, emotional, spiritual, physical health whatsoever. When people have had means to check that I was okay, you know, and they haven't, and it was more than just one person, and it's kind of, that's when you know it's like, that's no friends. So God is your source, and then that led me to spend even more time alone. And again, this is really interesting, because I'm not actually talking about my dark night of the soul. I'm talking about like what I would call a mini dark night of the soul, like, and it was a bit out of the blue when I've already went through mine ages ago. Just again, it's just been let down by people, and just realizing that, like, yeah, it's just another further, it's what I call another further awakening. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God. But the point is, with those cards, that's what it reminded me of. Like, you're giving too many fucks about people that it's not that they don't give a fuck about you, but their actions and have shown that, you know what I mean? So, because unfortunately, it could be that people do care about, oh God. See, I was talking about other connections in life, but now it feels like they might be talking about twin flames because they're playing at that. Like, it could seem like a twin flame hasn't cared about a twin flame because they've not contact, but that's where it could be different. And to be fair, it could be different with other connections, whether it's friends or family or whatever. So yeah, just take what resonates. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there's no lack or limitation. Rather, there's plenty of abundance for all to share. But I feel it's the main words here, because I feel that's why they got me to say what I said before the card came out. It led you to go to God for answers, rather than going to other people. And specifically in this case, other people that might not have had your best interests at heart. Because really, the things that it's kind of like things where, it's like what I've said before, it's like where people hear things that are going to, basically it's gossip. When people hear things that are going to affect you directly, but they don't enlighten you about it or care to see if you're okay when they know that you found it, you know what I mean? Like that, that's what I'm talking about, basically. But when I've touched on that before, again, cryptically, like I actually had a heads up before things like that happened in my life, like literally days, and then I got the confirmation. So you'll already know. So trust this. Definitely if you've got a transit in your 7th house of love and partnership or karmic anyone, just pay attention to that, because definitely with Uranus going retrograde in your 7th house, you could, if you're in a relationship, things could totally shake up in a relationship. This could definitely be breakups, especially because we're heading for the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, which is, an eclipse brings endings to your life, right? That are meant to be. It's like a tower moment that is fated, and it can also bring in new things too. But Pisces is also the sign of endings, so it's very common actually that a Pisces full moon. Actually, I'm just trying to think. Definitely, when I've had the end of friendships, and sometimes the end of very long friendships, or even just ones that weren't as long, but usually it's long ones. A lot of it was put to a complete closure for me anyway at full moon in Pisces. So that's, just before that's in a few weeks. That's just before the autumn equinox, and that week's always chaotic as well. Balance of the energies. Unlimited ideas. There's ideas energy that I'm picking up on here. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have to complete. It's basically, right, they're getting me to say about those cards, right? It's like you're giving too many fucks about people that either don't give any fucks about you at all, or they don't give enough. And so it feels like a masculine that's caring about what too many people think, and they would stab you in the back, like without a qualm. My stomach's going crazy now. I don't know if doesn't usually pick it up, but it's like that's normally when their solar plexus worry. Like, so stop worrying about everyone else because they're not as worried about you, and they would stab you in the back if they haven't already. And in my case, like, it already happened. But your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas, guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is take divinely guided action, allow these ideas to come to fruition. Yeah, that's definitely going to be about masculine. Looking the full moons in the background, a masculine that is guided to take action towards something that they're sad about regarding a twin flame connection. And yeah, not bother about who it's going to upset, because, within reason, because you do. But that's the thing, masculines need to hear that, because that's what I'm saying, that I'm the divine feminine, but those experiences in my life in the past, like I say, I'm not going into any more detail. I'm already going into cryptically, but it's like, but I'm saying that has happened to me in every area of life when I've been far too worried about other people's feelings, and people I don't even know in some cases, but people I do know and knew and know very well, and people just were not giving a flying fuck about mine. So, love yourself and put yourself first if you're somebody that puts everybody else first, because that's my life lesson. I still do things for other people, but I make sure I see my own needs, because that is healthy. You know what I mean? Have boundaries with people. What is the guidance here for whoever connected with this message? Oh, shadow, yeah, definitely. Oh, right, and I love it, because that's what one of the... Oh, I'm going to use these cards for this. one of the pick-up piles that I'm going to do now. I don't know if it'll be today, but I'll do it. I think I'll do it like in the next couple of days or this week, because Pluto going into retrograde is about the shadow, and although it's in Capricorn, I am, and I'm not going to be modest here again, because remember I told you the aspects hitting my Leo midheaven are going to make me toot my own horn. So, I am excellent at helping people with shadow work and shadow integration, as in looking at all aspects of yourself and being like, you know what, I'm not so proud of myself for that moment, but I forgive myself, I'm going to do better. Or I don't like that about myself as much, but I love myself anyway. All this kind of stuff. Like looking at where you do things great, looking at where you do things not so great, looking at where you've grown, all this kind of shit. And just, not trying to be perfect all the time, because nobody is, because that's Virgo season that we're in right now. But yeah, and I'm specifically good at helping people with that, because my Pluto is retrograde, going deep within to the shadow within Scorpio, which by the way is also about the shadow. So if you want to know why I'm good at that, and also because it's in the 12th house at the very potent 0 degrees, it is hidden, and the shadow is hidden. It wants to hide. But as you'll know, if you're guided to do work with me personally, people can't hide in my sessions. They try to. Sometimes it could take a few hours, but I will find your shadow. Some people, I have come across some people, and it's usually men to be fair, but some women that are very masculine too, where like we'll get what needs to be achieved in the session done, but it might be like the next time around, or the next couple of ones where it's like the person will sort of show more of themselves, and that's usually when there's been good reason why you need to be guarded. So anyway, just if you want to know a little bit, but that's fascinating, that's coming out. But I better hurry up, because and we've got Grace, Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit is helping. The Holy Spirit, right, is helping somebody, and that's what I'm always bringing through here. The Holy Spirit is helping somebody to face their shadow side and forgive themselves, and that's why I've got this here. A certain darkness is needed to see the stars. Like I say all the time, there's nothing I ain't heard basically on this journey. Like there's nothing really that'll shock me. But you'll get my empathy, I mean, even though I hear the same story from lots of different people, you will always get my deep empathy in that moment, because anything that you've went through is going to be painful. Now, this is it. Look, the key words are accident, sickness, trauma, betrayal. So this could be somebody that has forgiven themselves for either being the person that has betrayed another. So this could be anyone in your life, or specifically it could be with twin flames, or and this could even be about karmic energies in your life trying to forgive themselves for when they haven't given a fuck about you. That actually feels a good fit too. So just take it where it resonates, because I've not got time to read the rest. An important part of being a human being, something that you can't be avoided, is the pain that comes from simply being vulnerable to the physical world. Your divine teachers warn that you're facing such a time, and again, with Pluto going retrograde in Capricorn, that is strict, kicking your ass energy that you're going to be getting forced to look at the shadow, okay? And like I said, I'm good at helping people with that, with how I just described. Sickness may be at hand. Accidents, trauma, sudden loss, or injury are all potentially around you. They might have already happened. Praying that they don't happen to you. Praying for you and your loved ones. Praying for your healing if you're in it. Whether confronted with something severe or just the ongoing struggle of getting through the day, your physical body may be challenged and pain and suffering may follow. This isn't meant to scare you, but rather to warn you that you're not as grounded as you should be. In fact, you may be attracting injury or drama again some personal space. If you're watching this too, just be very careful, because Uranus going retrograde in Taurus, but I feel like, wherever that is in your chart too, it might be having aspects about things to do with like, traffic and shit like that. So just because we're in the shadow of the Mercury retrograde, your divine teachers advise you to be open to the fact that any pain or upset you attract isn't without hidden gifts and opportunities. And that's why I'm going on about that, because the 12th house is my speciality. I'm passionate about it. Whatever you've went through usually is going to lead to how you're going to help yourself and help other people. But it's wise to know when you're in the time of helping yourself, and not try to help others while you're in the shit, some of us, like me, you might be like, you've just finished that and then you get thrown in. I'm not a good example, because I actually do get guided to help people but it depends, there's times in my life I have been going through things that are heavy, and I've not actually been helping people at the time. So, because that's not, you shouldn't be helping other people if you're needing to help yourself. Your broken leg or aching back, for example, may provide the much needed rest you wouldn't otherwise take. Your runny nose and cough may give you the privacy you need to regenerate your spirit. I think this is about pulling yourself away from people that are pulling on your energy, the people that aren't giving as much a fuck about you as you're giving about them, if you think about everything that's been said. It's important to note that any pain or drama you attract isn't greater than your ability to handle it. The greatest upset you face might actually be in trying too hard to avoid pain, which in the end may cause even more. Yes, this is definitely people that have been an avoidance of facing feelings about a spiritual partnership, definitely. Shadow work around a twin flame connection. In other words, the fear you won't be able to abide any discomfort is far more disabling than anything you might actually incur. And accepting the upset with grace, you'll gain wisdom, compassion, and strength. Your divine teacher's message: embrace and be patient with your pain. And that is a brilliant message for specifically if you're in a dark night. So especially if you're around the ages of 30 and 39, because that's the pages. And again, like I say all the time, I tend to attract a lot of people these ages, men and women. It will bring insight and understanding, and in time, peace. You will heal. Yes, so that is a beautiful message, and the timer is actually going to run out. But for some reason, because my Venus and Aries is like, we're going against the timer. Could we get another emotion? Oh, look, denial from yesterday. Yeah, they're just confirming. I think that could be a good thumbnail. I know that I didn't pull that, but because I just said it, that fits. So, an emotion: relieved, reassured, soothed, and at ease. Yeah, I feel somebody's look at what's happening here. Someone's saving somebody's cat. It's like I feel like you're going to be relieved. You're going to be relieved when you actually look at what this is. Yeah, I feel this is like somebody showing respect for the journey now of love. That's beautiful. Intimate, passionate, committed. Somebody's showing respect for this twin flame connection. Flow like water and take a walk, and trying to regain their energy and their balance while in a watch a movie, spend time with animals. This is somebody that's connect with the earth, ground yourself. This is somebody that's going through deep emotions, trying to ground themselves, building strength through meditation and chilling out. So it's going to end